Welcome to Caracomp Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence. When researchers played people a mix of real voices and AI-generated ones and asked them to pick out the fakes, the listeners did worse than random guessing. Not close to a coin flip, worse than a coin flip. And the strangest part is why, it wasn't the voices that fooled them, it was the sentences. If you've ever picked up the phone and heard someone you love sounding scared, this is your story. Most of us carry a quiet confidence that we'd know that a fake version of our kid, our mother, our boss would sound just a little bit off. That confidence is the most dangerous thing you own right now. I want to walk you through what the research actually found because the failure isn't in your ears, it's somewhere else entirely. So why do people who are actively trying to spot a fake still get it wrong? Start with the misconception, because almost everyone holds it. You've heard synthetic speech before, the flat, clipped voice at the pharmacy phone line, the GPS mangling a street name. That's the sound your brain filed away as robot. But that was consumer-grade text-to-speech, and it's roughly a decade behind. Modern neural voice models reproduce pitch, rhythm, emotional warmth, even the small breath a person takes before a hard sentence. The mechanical tell you're listening for stopped existing years ago. You're guarding a door that isn't there anymore. So if the voice sounds right, what's actually making people fail below chance? According to the researchers behind a study called I Hear, Therefore I Trust, listeners weren't judging sound at all. They were judging plausibility. The brain asks, does this situation make sense, instead of, does this waveform make sense? A voice saying, I'm in trouble, I need money, don't tell dad passes, not because the audio is flawless, but because the story is believable. Urgency shuts down the part of you that would have been skeptical. There is still a weak spot in these systems, though, and it's a genuinely useful thing to know. These models learn by repetition. A word like hello or thank you appears thousands of times in training, so the system nails it perfectly. Rare words are different. Researchers found that synthetic voices reproduce common words beautifully but stumble on uncommon ones. That tells us something important about what's under the hood. The system memorized chunks of speech rather than learning the rules of how a mouth actually forms sound. For the rest of us, that's oddly practical. An unusual word, a family nickname, a strange question. Those are the places a clone is most likely to slip. Forensic scientists have found something similar at a much smaller scale. Published research on segmental speech features shows that the reliable clues live in the tiniest fragments of sound, the exact timing between consonants, the microsecond hesitations, the specific way one person always shapes a th. Broad, overall patterns of a voice turn out to be far less useful for catching fakes. The article's comparison is to fingerprints. The big swirl pattern matches thousands of people. The precise spacing where individual ridges split apart matches exactly one. Synthetic speech nails the swirl. It smooths over the ridges because modeling all that natural messiness is expensive. And that's exactly why the University of York study needed Michael Caine to donate his voice. To measure where detection breaks, you need authentic recordings of one specific person and authorized AI copies of that same person, side by side. Because in a real case, the question is rarely, is this synthetic? It's, is this a fake of this particular human being? That only works with consent. The thing you've been trying to protect yourself with, careful listening, is the one tool that measurably doesn't work. Your ear was never evaluating the audio, it was evaluating the story. Which means the defense isn't listening harder. It's refusing to decide anything on a single phone call. AI can now copy a voice well enough that people trying to spot fakes guess wrong more than half the time. That's because we judge whether the situation sounds believable, not whether the voice sounds real. So the fix has nothing to do with your ears. You hang up and you call back on a number you already know. Agree on a family word tonight, something ordinary that no clone would ever have heard you say. You're not powerless here. You just needed to know which sense to stop trusting. The written version goes deeper, links below. Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, Caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.